following podcast may contain strong language. Listener discretion is advised. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome back to this week's episode of the Hallmark and Greatness podcast. A podcast dedicated to highlighting the beauty of all the Hallmark, Lifetime, straight-to-TV movies that don't get the admiration they fully deserve. I'm Anthony Burke, and with me as always are the world's biggest Jason Donovan fanboys. He recently finished fourth in a pumpkin pie baking contest. It's Joe Higgins.
Good.
Did well. And he can't fully remember why he got banned from the local supermarket, but knows it has something to do with a cucumber. It's Craig Lowe.
Just veg, isn't it? I can't even think of something funny to insinuate with that this time. I think you've done all the work for me.
I've just put half a cucumber in my fridge.
I'm glad you said fridge. If you'd like to keep up to date with the whole thing Hallmark and Greatness, you can follow the show on Twitter at Hallmark Great, Instagram at Hallmark and Greatness. Or if you'd like to get in touch with any recommendations or thoughts or anything you think we may have missed, you can email the show at hallmarkandgreatness@gmail.com. Find us on Facebook. Joe's got a Twitch channel. Let's go. A family Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody in America.
Yeah, all right, calm down.
I forgot to ask how you both are.
I was going to say just no preamble today. We're just flying
Get through
straight
this
out the
I
gates.
literally hated this.
Bad film.
I've not even wrote a fun fake synopsis for it because I hated it that much. I didn't want to spend any more time than was absolutely necessary talking about it, to be honest.
I said it very quickly. The film is called A Family Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
It should be noted from the off that this has nothing to do with Thanksgiving, sadly.
So a classic Hallmark movie.
Could be set at any time of year. Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Arbor Day. That's a thing, isn't
St.
it?
Swithin's Day.
Yes.
Give
us for breakfast.
A nice Thanksgiving movie about Thanksgiving, at or around Thanksgiving. Nope.
The pumpkin pie one was more Thanksgiving-y than this.
Yeah,
yes, it was. We got this in completely the wrong order.
I'm fairly sure at some point she says, "I'm like a ghost of Thanksgiving past or future," and I'm like, "That's not a thing."
No, you can't just shove the word Thanksgiving in there and hope it works.
No, you can't.
Christmas films. Anyway.
All right.
Christmas films.
Don't mess with the timeline.
Sorry. Did you say you've not got a fun?
No, I'm not writing one for this because I hated it so much.
I'll read the official one out now. A Family Thanksgiving. Claudia, a workaholic lawyer, desperately wants to be a partner of her firm and neglects her parents and siblings in the process. Parents?
There's no parents in this film.
A mysterious woman uses magic to teach her the importance of family. That's it.
Yeah.
At no point were her parents in there, I'm sure.
I was going to say, unless it...
Have I written that down right? Anyway.
Did we watch a TV edit of this TV film?
Where they just cut the parents out entirely.
Maybe, I think on all the versions we watched, it just did cut off at the end. Maybe her parents make a little cameo at the end.
Hello.
We've not been present. Yeah. We're not present for any of this film. And it was Lee Majors all along. Again, I'm not playing trailer for anything. I fucking hated this film so much.
There are a lot of problems with this film. We will go over them.
As I made apparent when we were watching it.
It's worth noting that these two were watching this while we were at work. I wasn't.
Sure,
and
you were watching Below Deck's Sexy Shipwreck or whatever it's called.
Yes, I was. And I managed to watch 4 episodes of Below Deck in the time you were watching this at 1.5 speed.
I had to stop it every so often because my rage was just building up inside me. And I had to vent by throwing paper clips at Anthony.
Yeah, sure. Yeah,
we open, as we always do in these things, with establishing shots of San Francisco, I believe it was supposed to be.
Yeah,
Is it? Yes. Any city, USA?
No, it had a big bridge.
The bridge.
In it. Yeah.
It's a big bridge.
Above my head.
Big bridges, San Fran.
That one.
That one, above his head.
The one that's
so it is.
It was.
Were you in this film?
Twice.
Oh, okay. You're the ghost of Thanksgiving future.
I was the past, but they never showed it, and I was quite disappointed.
And then we cut to our heroine of this film, Claudia.
No, there isn't one. There isn't one.
Who is doing some sexy exercising, which I don't think is a proper exercise, sliding backwards and forwards on your knees. Like, no.
Is that what she was doing?
It looked very sexy. So automatic -1. Sexy exercising or sexercising, as I've just portmanteaued it. And she's doing typical business lady things of I need the accounts, Jenkins, and all this sort of stuff while exercising because she's a busy woman. We've established that.
She's a working woman on the go.
Busy woman. Very educated, busy woman.
She also has a precarious glass vase next to a clawfoot bath, which I thought was dangerous, if you ask me.
I like the way that we're already only a couple of minutes into this film and you're looking at the decor.
No, because I was like, that's a stupid place to have your bath because it was facing out into the room. So, like, it cut off the room in half. And then she just had this very thin bottomed glass vase. Like, that falls over and goes in your bath. You're going to be picking that out for ages. You don't be able to have a bath properly, are you?
Safety tips number 2.
Well, it just annoys me. Clawfoot baths are a pain in the hole anyway. All the heat dissipates out. It's a long story. We see her doing busy work.
Busy single female lawyer.
The first line I wrote was, Claudia is busy with work. She's an ass.
She goes to buy coffee and is doing that annoying Karen thing of banging on the glass. And the lad's like, I'm not open yet. Yeah. And I'm like, if you come here every day, cut him some slack, innit? But you don't, because he's beneath you, because he's a service worker, isn't he? He's just a little grunt who works in the coffee shop, and you're Claudia, the businesswoman. Anyway, the chud behind the counter realizes that the time's wrong.
Yeah,
he's a little lowly service worker. Yeah. Anyway, the chud behind the counter.
Yeah, it is in fact his fault that she's banging on the door because he's late opening the shop.
Only by like 30 seconds.
Ryan Beale.
It's a good 2 minutes.
It is 5 minutes. I think it's 5 minutes past 6.
It's no way to keep your business that.
But also, if she's there every day, like, because you know he's going to spit in her coffee now. I would. Well, I wouldn't, but it just you catch more flies with honey than you do with vinegar.
Oh, lovely, Joe.
Thanks. The one of Joe's homespun wisdom, banjo tales. There. She has a standing order, and this man, who I believe is Bill.
Yes,
he ends up being Bill. Yeah.
He's our co-lead in this film. He's barely in it. Don't worry.
Is he technically co-lead?
He's second billed on IMDb.
Yeah, he is. He is the romantic leader. He's like, oh, I see you in here all the time. Let me buy you a drink. And she's like, no, I have business to attend to. Give me a bran muffin because I hate the security guard.
Well, it sounds like she normally gives him a donut because she said that her standing order was a donut.
And a coffee.
But this time she's gone for a bran muffin because
she's looking after him because that's the kind of woman she is. I don't know.
No,
but there is a mad hat woman that follows them into the coffee shop and just stares. And at that point, I'd be phoning the police because it looks like she's got a hunting knife strapped to her shin.
Yeah, she definitely wasn't there for coffee. She was just staring.
Yeah, she's glaring and glaring. She tells Bill that she's too busy and she doesn't want a coffee off him. She goes to speak to Al, who's the security guard, who is also asleep behind the desk. So she has a lot of problems with doors in this film.
She just likes getting people to places early.
Yeah. And we find out that she is taking part in a big law case with Glouse. Some sort of steel mill or something.
Yeah, I can't remember what it is now.
That want to take over the local park to build their giant
Just
factory.
A mill, I think it is. It is but a mill.
Yes, but there is a good bit of thingy in this. Someone really thought this through later on, because I didn't realise until when she changes her surname. Because at this point she's called Claudia Mills. When she changes to the alternate timeline, she changes her name to Claudia Parks.
Oh,
when she has a change of heart,
that's rank.
Get it right round your hoop. Yeah,
that's awful. Come on.
Someone really was like, I've done good there.
Yeah. I've used my brain. You're that big brain thinking of
oh, shut up. Yes. So yeah, she's trying to make a partner, and she keeps going on about how she graduated from Harvard Law, top of the class, and she also got an A. Yeah.
Did well.
Yeah. I hated it. She's belittling her assistant Jessica.
Jessica, yeah, sorry.
Yeah. Oh,
She's
Becca.
got, she's got
is
two.
it?
There's two. There's Becca and Jessica.
Well, Becca, I think, is like an apprentice.
And Jessica's like the secretary.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
And they are all terrible, terrible people for wanting to spend the holiday with their families, and how dare they have children.
Yeah.
The one link to Thanksgiving in this film is it's coming up to Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Ticking
The day
clock.
before Thanksgiving. The deposition for this mill being allowed to be built is the day after Thanksgiving.
She
But
has to take this on in order to get partnership in the firm, because that's all they ever want is partnership in the firms.
The first woman to get it as well in this sausage fest law firm.
So yeah, she wants to take this and expects everyone else to
come in on Thanksgiving.
The wording she used.
This is your family.
Work is priority. And there's something else, but I've failed to
crush them before you hear the lamentations of their women. Yeah.
Essentially, if you want to get, if I want a partnership, you've all got to help me get there. And
you're going to work as hard as I am.
Yeah.
Which is, again, there are people like that. You know, people that never switch off. People are always about the grind, not the 1990s MTV R&B show.
It's the expectation of everyone else has to do it too.
Yes. And it's like,
I'm not going to get paid as much as you, so no.
No, but then you take her role, don't you? And then see that's how you work your way up, isn't it? That's what Becca's plan is, anyway. I think she phones her sister and says, "Oh, are we having Thanksgiving tomorrow?" And her sister is, I will say, the frazzled sort of mum.
Yeah,
she's got a child on her hip. She's doing laundry or something.
She's a stay-at-home mum. But she's obviously working very hard at this.
And at this point, this was my first annoyance. Because Claudia says, is it Jen, her sister?
Jen.
Says to her, it's like, well, you don't even work hard, do you?
Yeah.
You just stay at home. And I was like, oh, this is going to wind me up. This.
It was at this point we knew full well what was going to happen in this film.
Yeah. Jen asks her the one thing to bring after missing the past two Thanksgivings because of working, which she's going to miss again tomorrow. So, although it's only it's a short drive from Jen's house to downtown.
Yeah.
Apparently, it is literally within spitting distance. These two houses.
Sorry, Doon.
That's the parents' joke.
And she, sorry. You believe it now, son? Right. And she asked the one thing, she's like, I'll cook all the food and everything else and put everyone else up and everything. Can you just bring an apple pie with you? And she looks at her like she's asked her to bring like the fucking blood of Christ with her. She's like, I can't do that. I'm so busy. Go and buy an apple pie.
As if she can't
one of your minions to buy it.
As if she can't drive through McDonald's drive-thru and order 10 apple pies, please.
Yeah. And it's America, so it'll be massive anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's an actual witch at this point because I hated her.
Yeah.
Burner.
There's nothing to like about this person right now.
But she is
right now.
At this point of the film, there was nothing to like. I didn't know that it was going to be the way all the way through.
Correct.
I think it was supposed to portray her as unlikable because she was so work-oriented, and women can't be interested in work. They should be in the kitchen having babies and be thankful for it. And I was like, oh, here we go. It's Strauss, or Stross is the mill company. Her boss tells her that if they win this case, she'll make partner. And then she goes to her office and meets Gina, who is the mad woman in the shit hat from the coffee shop, who introduces herself as I
got it. Transpersonal psychologist.
Which isn't a thing, is it?
No. Definitely not, which is why I wrote it down going.
And she's arranged a meeting with her through the works. And she's like, I don't have time for this. I'm so busy. She's not actually doing any work, though, is she? She's just saying she's busy all the time.
I think it's worth noting at this point that this is played by Hollywood legend Faye Dunaway.
Yeah, I mean, this was clearly for the coin, wasn't it? Yeah.
I have questions.
Go on.
The ghost lady Faye Dunaway.
Yes.
Who the hell's got Faye Dunaway?
She was in, as we told you this afternoon, she was in Chinatown. She was in Supergirl.
She was in Network.
Nope, never seen it.
She's won an Oscar.
Bonnie and Clyde.
He hasn't won an Oscar. I've heard of Bonnie and Clyde. Not seen it.
Right. Well, I'm not going through every film that Faye Dunaway's in, but she is Hollywood.
She is Hollywood royalty. Yes.
Yeah.
Not in my eyes.
Yes, but you only have eyes for that lass from Bend It Like Beckham, so. What's she called? Her Out of All Saints, yeah. And she's like, "Oh no, you need to do this. Get in a cab to go somewhere.
A limo? It's a stretch.
She's going to meet
You're going to meet the mill people.
Struce people.
Oh, right. And for some reason, Gina is in this limousine with her, and he's like, "You need to learn what is important in life."
She was driving, wasn't she, for some reason?
No,
she
later
drives
on.
at the end.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she sat in the back with her, and she's like, "Yeah, you need to learn what's important in life. There are more important things than work, and you'll never be happy." And like Claudia says, I think the line is something like, "I don't need a husband and 2.5 kids and a minivan to be happy. I'm happy as I am."
She says she has everything she needs right now.
But according to this film, no.
No.
Women can't be happy like that.
You can't be happy with little kids and working all the time.
Yeah. You women.
Have to have a husband and kids.
Women. Oh,
know
girls'
your
names.
place.
Yes, know your role. This is all parody, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
So Gina claps her hands or something.
She says she wants to stop. Sorry, Claudia says, "I want to stop, so you got to get out." So she goes, "So stop the car." So Gina goes, "Okay, I'll stop." And then it's just magically...
The brakes slam on, and she slams her head against the back of the seat in front and becomes concussed. And we begin the adventure of this film.
Jacob's Ladder style adventure.
Yeah.
She gets Gina sort of boots her out of this town car, and she's completely differently dressed. No longer is she in a power suit; she's in mum jeans and a hoodie.
Wet.
Her hair is all tousled, but not so to be unattractive. Just to know that she's busy. Yeah.
She don't have time to do that.
The town car pulls away, and she's like, "What's going on?" Her cell phone has disappeared out of her massive mum purse that's appeared as well.
Because mums don't have cell phones.
No. And she's outside 9210. See what they've done there?
No.
Anyway, Claudia, the actress who played Claudia, was in a spin-off from 90210. Beverly Hills. Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of little subtle Easter eggs in there if you're paying attention. Or if you're just angry. Yeah.
For you Zungia fans, you Zungheads.
Zungians.
Yeah.
She approaches this house, and a man comes out, thrusts a child into her arms, and goes, "I'm a man and I have to go to work because I'm more important."
Man. Yeah.
This man is Bill from the coffee shop earlier.
Blink and you'll miss him.
I didn't realise that. Yeah.
Straight away, yeah.
Oh, I assumed it was going to be, but he just was like, "Here's a child. I have to go and do a business now." And I was like, "Oh, here we go." No, she's got a precocious, annoying, I'd say about 3-year-old child.
Yep, Amy.
3 and
called Amy.
7, I think.
And Jake is an older, more annoying child who is about 7.
But Amy is so precocious.
Oh, they clearly ADR'd someone doing cute kid voice over a lot of her dialogue as well. They lure her into this house under the guise that she's their mum, and she just goes along with it. She's like, "Oh, maybe I am."
Yeah.
Amy then shits her pants.
Late bloomer at 3, I think.
And I was like, at 3, should children still be shitting their pants? I don't know, but
no.
3 seems very late.
Yes, it's very much a late bloomer there. My daughter's 2.5 now, and we're sort of like, you really need to be on the potty now.
Right. Because they do say later on that, like, they're holding Amy back because they think she might be thick or something.
Yeah.
Or maybe
they don't do that. That again, not real. They're not going to go, "You cannot come to school, young girl. You poop your pants."
Yeah. But I didn't know what age you're supposed to go to school. I don't know a lot of stuff about kids, but she gives them a load of chocolate and biscuits and stuff. And
bribes the son to change the 3-year-old's nappy with cookies, which no.
Which is weird, isn't it? But
yes, very weird.
And then they put them in the car and drive to the offices where she works.
Where she thinks she works.
Yeah, but what she's failed to realise is that giving kids a load of... even I know this, and I'm an idiot. Giving them a load of sugar and stuff is not a good idea.
No. Get them all riled up.
Depends.
I mean, yeah, if they're not yours and you can hand them back to someone and then leave and go down the pub, yes.
Sometimes it's brilliant. They're just bouncing off the walls.
But, yes, when they're in a minivan with you screaming, and I thought there was going to be a vomit as well, to be honest. Oh, also, she does say hell a lot here, so that's another minus one.
Don't worry. Don't worry. 'Tis noted.
Yes. She gets to her work.
Sorry, Craig, have we got to do this? I know it's a spoiler alert for later. Have we got a dove.org for this one?
We actually have a dove.org. It's not a movieguide.org. It's actually OG.dove.org.
Nice.
Oh, man, with their proper rating system that goes from 1 to 5.
And there is some controversy here. I think there is some shenanigans involved in this.
Oh, mate, it gets well sexy later on. Yeah.
Exactly. Shenanigans ahoy.
Go ahead,
she drives to her work. Al doesn't recognise her. One of the kids needs to have a wee. So Al just lets them in and goes, it's on the second floor. You'd be like, no, you're not getting in a lift to go and have a wee.
There's a Starbucks next door. Go and buy a latte and let them pee in there with the other.
Go to Chud's coffee shop next door and have a wee in there. He's literally just called coffee shop employee, so I can't even give him a name.
Chud's good enough.
Not even a name.
So they go in. She sneaks her way into her office and is like, everyone's like, who are you mad woman? Get out of here. Also, take your annoying, precocious children with you. She abandons one of the kids upstairs.
I think, is this where we see that Jessica or Becca are...
Becca has taken her role.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think Jessica's doing
in this world where she doesn't exist.
Jessica's always going to be at that level.
Yeah.
As she's leaving with the girl, Al says, I think you're missing someone. She goes back upstairs. Some random person is talking to this lad, Jake, and he's like, I hate you, mum. And I'd be like, I'm not your mum.
I don't know you are, mate.
Yeah. If it was up to me, I'd leave you here. But the law says I have to take care. Yes. She drives them home.
Just occurred to me.
Go on.
What?
When she turns up at the house, it's obviously first thing in the morning.
Yes.
Where does her husband, Bill, think she's been?
When he hands
her the child.
Having an overnighter somewhere. Wink, wink.
Okay. That's fine. I don't know why it's just occurred to me now. But it was obviously like very early in the morning and she's walking in, he just hands her the kids. Like, no, where have you been? Why is there a town car pulling away?
Why are you not taking these children to school?
Yeah, that was a weird one as well. That's the next day, isn't it?
Yeah.
So they go back home and doesn't she? He's like, oh, you're still annoyed at me from this morning.
Yeah.
And then he's like, oh, well,
what it is.
No. Oh, well, let's go to bed, go to sleep. And she's like, no, I'm not sleeping in the same bed as you, random stranger.
I don't know why at this point
she'll soon change her tune on that one.
Yeah, no.
Very quickly.
Surely she could have just claimed, because she didn't know who anyone was or what anything was happening.
Oh, no, she goes
to visit, smacks on the head.
She goes to visit her sister, and her sister is like, oh, you come around here every day and we have coffee and stuff. And blah de blah, and you and Bill are still not getting on, and all this stuff. And it's like, so it turns out that by having children, her and her sister have gone closer together. But at what cost?
Why didn't she just fake amnesia?
Why didn't she just kill herself? End this film, and we could have put something good on, like Hell's Kitchen.
Just found that stupid magic woman and just.
Well, she does find her several times. I believe the kid with all shit in its pants has like a card that says Gina.
Yeah, it's in a back pocket. Yeah,
explains what's going on.
It's like a business card that has nothing to do with it. We'll never see it again. Don't worry.
Nope. But yeah, it turns out that her and her sister get on really well. Her sister is an environmental activist fighting against the Gloss conglomerate.
Fighting about the trying to fill in the hole at the local park.
Trying to fill in the pit. But yes, and then the next morning, she's woken up. Bill agrees to sleep on the couch because they're having a sulk. The next morning, she's woken up by Amy poking her in the eyes, which, I'm sorry, that kid would be geeted right through the window. Shitty pants or otherwise.
All I can think of is DJ Jazzy Jeff getting thrown out by Uncle Phil.
So she wakes up, she gives the child cereal, while waiting for a coffee, one cup of coffee to brew.
She makes one.
Yeah, I was like, that's silly, isn't it? Because you have to have at least 2 cups of coffee.
Yeah, you need to make a full brew there. It can sit there for the rest of the day. Just help yourself.
Yeah. Jake is still in bed and should be going to school and won't get up unless he's got pancakes.
Yeah, they expect her to be making a full-on breakfast for everyone.
Doing all this stuff. Amy tips cereal all over the side, and at this point, I thought they could have changed the name of this film to "Have You Tried Hitting Them?" Because the kids are just running riot. And
in
I'm
this
like,
scenario,
hit
it's only showing Claudia that her original life was much better.
Yeah, she hasn't got 2 kids and an annoying husband who's trying to touch her all the time. They get the kid to school.
It's
anyway.
his birthday, by the way.
Oh, it's his birthday. She's bought him like a router or something.
I don't know what it was. It looked like a random piece of manly machinery.
Yeah,
because we have learned that.
So he can go into the garage and build.
And then he goes, "I'm off to the garage now," and I'm like, "Look after your kids as well, Bill.
Yeah,
it's not just her responsibility.
Co-parenting.
No.
He's going to go build in his garage.
Yeah, he built the table.
Birthday.
Yeah, he built the table. Wow.
Built the table, no chairs, because we see at the end of the film he's still working on the fucking chairs.
He's
so we all had to stand for
He's done one chair.
Yeah,
that's no way to make money, is it? Who buys a table with one chair? The loneliest man. You've got 4 chairs. I've seen your house. But yeah, she had to take the child to school, who then runs off and doesn't shut the car door. And I'd be like, that's another crack round the head later. I'll remember all these, you know.
Strike 2.
Yeah. Joining your sister out the window. Then she has to go and do all this other stuff.
She talks to the other parent about this surprise birthday that she doesn't know about. And she's like, "Oh, what time?" Oh,
yeah, 7 o'clock. And she has to make a cake and do all this other nonsense because she's a woman and that's her responsibility to look after her man.
Yeah.
But somehow she knows how to make a cake. She seems to be able to function.
No,
the
cake looks a bit wonky, doesn't it?
The sister comes in and says, "Oh, you got Amy to decorate it. That'd be that's Bill will love that."
But she's also working about 6 different timers for different things, which implies that she sort of knows what she's doing in the kitchen.
Yeah,
she's got all the times down.
Because Jen goes, "Let's go to the park. Bring all your timers with you." I'm like, "What? I'm going to run back every 4 minutes, am I?"
Well, this is the Parks and it is the Parks and Recs park, so it is next door to her house.
Yeah, to be fair, it's the pit.
So she can hear the oven alarm beeping from out the window. She cracks it a little.
They're walking through this park. Amy's being a shit and runs off and like nearly kills herself. And I'm like, "Bye. No one will miss you.
Strike 3.
Have fun tumbling down that ravine, you ball bag." But it's to show Claudia that people use this park and it's part of the community and all this sort of nonsense.
I'm sure there's another one round corner.
Probably.
It depends how big this mill is supposed to be that they're building.
Big, mate. It's a mill that makes other mills.
Ah, makes sense.
Yeah. Let me put it this way: if I'm within walking distance of at least 4 different play areas here in small town
Craig,
UK,
you've got to stop going to see these play areas.
I know. I'm sorry.
He's allowed. He's got a child. It's not weird if you do that.
Yeah.
When you do it, that's a problem. It's a fine line, isn't it? But yes, and then afterwards we have this dinner party for his 30th, and they've just invited all the worst people in the world to this thing.
All these happy family couples.
There's a horrible bit where Bill is like, "Oh, my lovely wife got me this." It goes over and kisses her, and she sort of flinches away, as you would, because it's a random person you don't know. And Jen's husband goes, "Oh, someone's getting lucky later." And I was like, "Mate,
that's
your wife's sister. Is that what you want to think about?" And then he says, "I guess it's not me." And I'd be like, "No, you're going to get your balls trapped in a Bible, mate.
You're on the couch tonight.
You're joining the kids getting you out the window."
Yes. Just put a growing pile of bodies out.
I was just going to say, this is just the roadside is littered with the yeeted.
It's like the rapture for me. But she's her sister is like, "We're going to do some legal stuff and you should help because you did a law, but then you gave it all up to be a mum like a woman should do. Don't have any ideas or dreams of your own, women. How dare you?"
wash the dishes.
Yeah. She goes to bed and she's like pretending to do work so that.
No, I think she was coming up with a plan because she.
Oh, that woman comes over.
Yeah, she was told by Gina. She was told by Gina. Oh no, was it Gina?
Yeah, she's got a quantum leap her way out of this, by trying to make things better.
Yeah, so she thinks that in order to make things better, she has to improve the family because the two kids are little shits.
One's got pants full of shit constantly, and the other one is getting D's.
The other one can't do good math.
And Bill failed to get this job.
Bill's too busy working his woodwork in the garage.
So
too busy playing with his wood.
She's come up with a plan to help improve them all in a bid to get back to a regular life.
Yeah, but Bill's like, how's about it? And she's like, I am doing a spreadsheet. Leave me be. And he just rolls over. Yeah, he just rolls over, and then there's the sound of thousands of bananas being peeled very quickly. The next day, she has this weird meeting where she gets them all down, gives them like documents, gives them a brief.
Massive binders.
Yeah, like a 3-year-old kid. I know it just says in crayon, stop shitting your pants. Yeah. But this is where she starts to she gives Bill this thing about she gives him a lot of books about like business strategies for idiots and like how to get ahead in business if you're a thick git called Bill. Yeah.
Very specific book. But...
Yeah, it's hard to come by that one. So then once you get at Christmas with your own kids' names in them and stuff like yeah. And they're like, what is this, you mad bugger? Yeah. What is this all about?
Thank you, condescending wife. I have been in business for quite some time.
From the sounds of it, as a mother and wife, she was a lovely, lovely person until this. Until
this
Claudia quantum leaps into her skin.
But they're all very confused as to what the hell's going on.
This is what Bill says, because he says something along the lines of, "I don't know who you are."
The lad says it as well.
Yeah, he's like, I preferred old mum rather than new mum, mom. And Amy just does a Todd. In protest, but it's spelled, it's in the shape of a fist. And none of this goes to plan. Like, Bill is you think he's reading a book about business things, but no, it's a book about carpentry. He's hidden it inside like a nudie magazine.
Yeah, underneath that carpentry book was a nudie magazine.
Yeah, and then inside of that was just a picture of an owl crying.
Jesus.
Can owls even cry? I don't know. They got big eyes. You think so? Knows? Oh, get out.
It sounds like a song from Prince.
That was the first draft of the Prince song. But nothing goes according to plan. She goes to watch Jake play football, but it just turns out they're just booting the ball in the net.
Yeah.
A yard out.
And some random woman has a go at her because she sent her kid to private school. I'm like, this plot's never touched upon again.
No, it was a proper like soccer mom, as they call them, wasn't she? Because she was wearing a trackie that said
a tracksuit. She bought them fold-out chairs. Yeah,
it was like here's what you should be like.
I don't think soccer moms exist. I think it's been replaced with wine moms now.
Quite probably.
Yeah, because they just have like a thermos full of wine everywhere they go.
Yeah,
which is the dream, but also you'd be dead soon. Yeah,
also the dream.
To be fair, after watching this, I would relish the sweet embrace of death. To not have to think of this ever again. Jake's getting angry because he can't do maths, and his mum's like, "I'll show you how to do it." Did anyone ever show you how to carry the tens? And I was like, "What? I don't understand." Yeah, it makes sense. You carry the tens over in the next bit, and but
is it that? All right.
That's not even how they teach maths anymore, anyway. Apparently. The way they teach maths now is mental.
Yeah, we don't talk about new math.
No, new maths is stupid. It's like new metal. Yeah.
She wants to end it. Gina comes over again.
Oh, yeah.
And goes, you're not ready to leave yet.
Yeah, I want to end it. At which point I thought, just
life?
Go buy a gun.
Threaten Gina. If you don't send me back now, I'm ending you, mate.
I'm going to take them kids out first.
You can't threaten your concussed dreams, Anthony.
Oh, sorry.
She is dying anyway because this is all a Jacob's Ladder situation. Yeah, Gina goes, "No, you can't. I'll contact you. Don't try and find me."
Bye.
I'll call you. Don't call me.
She goes shopping with her sister, and he's like, I fucking hate this. Like, are you happy with this life? And her sister's like, yeah, I am. This is what I always wanted to be, a mom and stuff. Our life, she said. And I was like, weird.
Yeah. The whole family hates her.
Yeah.
That's all. That's what I got written down here, is the whole family hate, because of all this trying to improve the business. The whole family just end up hating her.
Women, know your limits. Yeah.
Yes.
Don't try and improve yourself.
Yeah.
Stay in the kitchen.
It's not about you improving yourself. It's about your husband and your kids getting better and you staying in your rut. Woman. Hated this film so much.
She goes on about how she could have been a lawyer and stuff to Bill, and Bill reacts in a certain way, which I can't remember.
He's just like, day, but you didn't. You wanted to be a mom.
You wanted to be a parent.
Yeah, it was your call. That's what it was.
It was your call. I tried to help you and say you could do it part-time and stuff, but you were like, no, this is what I want. So don't try and blame this on me, woman.
But the next day she goes and applies for a job at the law firm, which she
already
works at in the other.
I like the fact that she goes in and speaks to the big boss, and he goes, I don't conduct interviews. And then Becca comes in, and Claudia goes like, oh, well, in the case of so-and-so versus Thingy, and then the guy goes, I will conduct an interview. I was like, this is shit. Absolutely hated it. He then phones her while she's outside and goes, we're going to make you a job offer. And I'm like, nowhere moves that quick. But there again,
she was that good, mate.
It's the high-flying business world of corporate law.
She was just so good.
But she sees a happy family outside palling about. And she's like,
oh, I want my make-believe kids.
Right, but this is the nonsense part of it, right? She's
known
them
this is the nonsense part.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of nonsense in there, but this is the most nonsense part of it. She's known these people, what, a week, if that?
Yeah. Right? It seems like a couple of days. It's not Thanksgiving. Oh, no. It was
She gets there on the 3rd of November, yeah.
So maybe a week or two. She's been right. It's coming up to Thanksgiving again.
I'm sorry, but they're not your kids. This is the point, is that they're not your kids. You have no shared memories up until the 3rd of November.
Which is why I thought, why not pretend like you've got amnesia so you can learn all about these people again?
Well, they sort of do, don't they?
Ish.
Because she goes home and Bill's.
I like it when you tell me about our history.
Yeah. It's very show don't tell. In this case, it's tell. Yeah. Never mention it again. But she goes home and she has a word with Bill, and she's like, "Oh, this chair you've made's great. It's a work of art. It's a chair.
It's a chair. It's a wooden chair. Yeah.
Cheaper from IKEA.
Probably." But she's like, "Oh, well, maybe you can go part-time and we can make this wood thing work." And
she can go part-time. He goes,
you can make this wood thing work. Wink, wink, wink.
Yeah.
She suggests he go part-time because she's been offered a small job fighting against Strauss.
Well, she's spoken to Jen. She went and apologized to Jen and was like, "I'm sorry. I realized that now this is what me as a woman, this is the pinnacle of my life. Yeah. Is bearing crotch fruit and looking after a giant man-child."
But she'll get paid for the small work that she's doing in order to fight Strauss. Johann Strauss. So that's enough money to let him go part-time, apparently. This one case.
One case that's in a week and a half.
Because she says something smart to a guy and he's like, "Wow, you're a hotshot big city lawyer." And she's like, "No, I'm just a plain country chicken." I hate it. Jen sets them out for dinner, and this is where we get the, "Oh, how did we meet? Oh, tell me all this sort of stuff."
Yeah.
And then I'm assuming because he paid for dinner, she's like, "Bra off, go for it."
Also mentioned they go backpacking across Paris.
Backpacking
not
across
Europe.
Paris.
Yeah.
Paris isn't that big a city. Like, you know what I mean?
Just through the streets of Paris.
There's hotels and there's hostels and stuff as well, but like,
you don't need to go backpacking through Paris because it'll take you less than a day.
Well, it depends how drunk.
Depends how much you want to see. I saw Paris in a day. I thought, I've done that now. That's done.
Got a fridge magnet on my way home. Yeah. Same bus home.
Did you carry a backpack? Because that counts.
But yeah.
She wasn't nailed.
Well, they finish the meal, and then she's literally taking each other's. He takes his top off, but she only doesn't. So obviously, it's still rude. But then is it? because they're technically married. And that's allowed, isn't it? You see?
We'll get
technically the first thing she does.
The
first thing she does when she goes into that house, looks in the mirror, and she's got a ring on.
Yeah, but if
she's like,
right,
what?
If Craig's right, it's a concussion dream. Then there's no marriage involved here.
Just fantasy, then.
I'm saying that there is legitimately no reason for her to have any sort of romantic feelings with Bill, because he could literally be making it up. He could be gaslighting her, saying, we met on the International Space Station. Do you not remember? Just lie to her.
It's a Sandy Bullock while you were sleeping situation.
Yes. Yeah.
The bus that couldn't slow down.
I think it was La Vitesse. But yeah, anyway, they go at it like hot knives. Well, as married people do, so like lukewarm knives, and then you've got to put the bin out first. And then the next morning, she's like, I have to get up because I've got to do some law. And he's like, no, let's stay in bed and do a weird cuddle. And she's like, okay.
All right.
No child poking her in the eye there, is there?
No poop in her hair this time.
She comes downstairs. All these boxes have appeared that contain files.
Magic.
Law stuff.
Yeah. And she's like, Jen shows up and she's like, I'm here to help. And she's like, oh, there's only two of us. This is going to take forever. And then everyone in the town shows up. The mayor's dog. Yeah. Twitchy the tramp. Yeah, all of them.
Oh, Twitchy.
Yeah. And then she's like, we need to go through all these things and find the smoking gun. They always leave a clue. And I'm like, no, they don't. This isn't Columbo.
Quite the opposite. It's all redacted. You never see
2 days pass, and she's fanning about in the kitchen making ham or some equal nonsense. And Jen comes in and is like, we found this thing. Twitchy found this.
It's at this point where all the kids' wrongs are being righted as well, because precocious child number 1 says, I got A in math, me do numbers well. And she goes, well done.
But your English ain't great, is it, son?
And then precocious child 2 goes, poopy toilet. It's like, well done.
Does the child poop in there? I must have
got a bit.
Yes. Yeah.
God, what low-hanging goals this family has.
He goes, Mum, I done a shit in the toilet.
What, it was one of yours? Disgusting.
Oh, we made up our own film eventually.
It was bad. Well, it's like Homer, isn't it? Yeah. And it turns out that this Strauss have built another mill in the next... Strauss have built a mill in the next town over, and it's made all the children's hair fall out or something.
In Ogdenville.
Yes, North Beaverbrook. So she's like, oh, right, that's it. That's how we'll get them. Yeah. And then she gets in the car to go to the thing to represent
the village. And lo and
everyone
behold,
waves a goodbye.
Everyone's cheering on the street as they go past.
Twitchy's drinking out of his meth bottle, picking a raccoon to death. And it's Gina driving this thing, and she's like, I think it's time for you to go back. And she's like, no, I'm happy here. Go on, sorry.
This is where she mentions her title.
She is. This is where she says she is the
Ghost of Thanksgiving Future.
Yeah.
I missed that. Really? Does she say that?
Yeah. Oh, yes, mate.
No.
Yeah, it's the one.
This is why it took us so long to watch it, because we had to keep pausing it going.
This jumped up in a huge number for me by just that nonsense.
Yes.
It's the one link they've got to Thanksgiving is
and
the fact that it's upcoming and she's the ghost of Thanksgiving future.
I'll be honest with you, at this point I was watching it at 2 times speed, so everybody was talking. I was getting bits of it, got the gist.
It's not even Thanksgiving future, it's Thanksgiving parallel.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's alternate timeline where instead of going to law school,
it's literally Thanksgiving present because it's in the same fucking time.
So she, angry.
And we say, bye, Faye Dunaway. Thank you for showing up for 3 scenes. It was well worth the $1 million we paid you for this, I'm sure.
Yeah. She then back to her normal life, goes in to do the briefing with these people because apparently no time has passed.
No.
So
this is still Thanksgiving Eve.
Yeah, it's a Scrooge situation where we're clutching the bed sheets as we wake up. They did it all in one night.
No, Skeletrops. She goes in and has this meeting with them. She's all like, go home, the meeting's over. Go and see your families, because family's what's important. Go and hug your mum. And I'm like, I'm on board with this sentiment.
An hour and a half too late.
Yeah, she speaks to her sister and is like, I'm really sorry I've been a jerk all these years. And she's like, it's fine. And I'm like, it isn't, is it? You didn't even bring an apple pie.
Yeah.
One thing I asked you to do. There's not enough Fionnetta to go around everyone. You have to cut it really thin. And then you go to this deposition thing, this court case, and she speaks to her boss and says, did you know about this other mill poisoning the people of Ogdenville? And he's like, no, I must have.
At this point, any judge in their right mind would be halting proceedings as their own lawyer is trying to incriminate them. This is a disparable offence, and the judge would be all over this, clearing the court and getting them in chambers that second.
Yep.
She cross-examined her own witnesses.
Yes. So he goes, the guy goes, we must have failed to present it or something.
Do any of the fish have 3 eyes in your local pond?
Just all these bald children with bulbous heads running about.
Hey.
So they examine this witness, and then she basically tricks this guy into saying it's going to be the exact same mill as in Ogdenville. Then she gets a random dude, like the football coach from Ogdenville, random dude who's there. And she's like, what happened to all the kids? And he's like, they've all got 8 legs and they're all bald.
They all died.
We'll keep winning, so it's all right.
And the judge goes, right, okay, you win. You can't have the mill there. And like her boss goes, girl's name. Goes outside and says, you're fired. And she's like, what is it?
I'm not. No, I'm not.
She's like, maybe I'll report you to the judge for non-declaring the information. And he goes like, well played. You still haven't got a job, love, have you? Like,
at best, you're getting to keep the office PC to take home with you.
Going in, nicking everything that's there. Yeah. She goes back to the thing, and everyone's like, hooray, you're great. And then she's like, there's one more thing I have to do now. She goes to Chud's coffee shop first thing in the morning, knocks on the door again. She's not learned a thing. And she's not learned to be more patient.
We completely, again, it's always occurred to me that this Thanksgiving film completely skips over the actual night of Thanksgiving.
Yeah, no one eats any. You don't see them sitting down with a big meal and stuff.
It's an afterthought.
Nope. Again, infuriating. Yes, I know. She goes to Chud's coffee shop. She sits there, has one vanilla latte, makes it last all
the whole day. Jesus, yeah.
Or she has loads of them and she's just yelling, and that's why there's no one else in the cafe. Because she's yelling about all the bees that are in her blood.
She gets up to,
it gets dark.
She's telling everyone she met this woman called Gina and she went back in time.
This has made me think it might all be a coffee dream. She goes to leave, realizes she's forgot her phone, goes back in, Bill's there. She's like, would you like to have dinner sometime? And he's like, no, let's have dinner now. Off each other's bodies. That doesn't happen.
And I would say kiss and credits, but with the YouTube version that we watched, it just
cuts out. And I think that's for the greater good. Because that's when the Scottish parents show up.
Yeah, that's when we miss out.
Dance between two crossed swords.
The last 20 minutes of this film have been removed.
Yeah.
Out of 10, because it was awful.
1.
2.
Wait, Joe, what did you say?
1.
Christ.
Lower than Breaking Legs, I think.
You gave Breaking Legs a 1 as well.
Oh, well, all right, same as then.
Craig, what did you say?
2.
2. I also gave this a 2.
Yeah,
being generous at this point.
I think the best way to say this about this film is it didn't need to exist. There is absolutely 0 point to any of this nonsense.
Definitely didn't need to exist at Thanksgiving.
No,
but nobody comes out.
If you're going to make a Thanksgiving film, make a damn Thanksgiving film. Don't just put the title in. You'll see when we get to Christmas films that happens as well.
Well, I'm not saying that there's a pattern with this director, but for him to do a Thanksgiving film without the Thanksgiving may come up when we get into. Fucking seamless, mate.
Honestly, that's the smoothest transition we've ever had.
It's like we practice this shit, isn't
it? This film, of course, starred Daphne Zungia, who we all know from Spaceballs, except for Anthony, who doesn't know Spaceballs, and The Fly 2, which isn't the Jeff Goldblum one.
She was in One Tree Hill, Craig.
Okay, well, that's what you know her from.
Yep.
She's also the star of a film called The Dawn That Dripped Blood, which I'm sure sounds great.
No.
Yep. Dan Payne starred as Bill, star of such films as Blood, A Butcher's Tale. Dolph Lundgren is The Killing Machine.
Yes, please.
And also Zack Snyder's Watchmen.
Who's he in that?
Dollar Bill.
Oh, shut up. Yeah, so he's in like 3 seconds before he gets murdered.
He's got a name.
Yeah. He's one of the original Watchmen, yeah.
And because I refuse to look up Faye Dunaway's nonsense in this film, we've gone with Kennedy Clements, who played Amy, precocious child number 2, who has starred in
Kennedy Cackpants.
Yeah, starred in the Air Bud spin-off Pup Academy.
There's an Air Bud spin-off?
Yeah, they're all over the place.
Wow.
She's also in Jingle All the Way 2 with Larry the Cable Guy. She's precocious child in that. And she's also in the Poltergeist remake, where she plays the Carol Ann substitute.
Ooh, no, not like that.
This film was, as mentioned, directed by Neil Fernley, whose big claim to fame is he was the assistant director on Look Who's Talking Now. That's the third one with the talking dogs.
Ooh, womp womp there, isn't it?
And it seems like he's been the director of every forgotten TV show from the 1990s. So he directed episodes of the Highlander series. That's the Highlander show that didn't have the Highlander in it, had somebody else in it.
His cousin.
Director of the Friday the 13th TV show. That's the Friday the 13th show that didn't have Jason in it.
Ooh.
And Poltergeist the Legacy TV show. That's the Poltergeist TV show that didn't have Poltergeist in it.
Wow. So he does have form for including things in the titles that don't feature in the film.
Exactly. As mentioned earlier on, this has got a Dove.org review, which is full of all sorts of bullshittery. So, under sex, we get passionate kissing by a couple. No, we don't. We get just short of penetration in that scene.
There is. Yeah, he's got his top off, mate, and she's like, have a go on me fronty, son.
So that should be taking it way over into a 2 mark already.
I watched a different version to you guys.
We watched the same version, haven't we?
It gets a 1 for sex on their 1 to 5 rating system, which not any of that. That's
at least a 3.
Yep. Under language, we have 6 gods / oh my gods, 1 damn, 2 hells, and a young girl tells her mother that she has to poop.
What's this Hallmark?
Yes.
Yes, it's a Hallmark. Yeah.
I'm surprised I got away with that one.
I'm doing cutting edge stuff now.
Under violence, we've got woman hits a man and then learns he is her husband from a different alternate world.
That's allowed.
Is it? What would Jesus do, Shirley?
It depends what world they're in, if it's another dimension.
And then in Under Other, we've got a mysterious woman uses magic to help a woman with her priorities. Mysterious woman acts as a guide. Kids eat cookies and candy. A character says he hates a woman.
Why do you not put woman is a witch should be burnt as a heretic?
Yeah.
In summation from Dove...
Wait, why is it a problem that the kids eat cookies and...
That's wrong. They should be eating carrots and hay.
Yeah.
Like every growing child. I could be confusing them with horses.
I'm not worried about what Craig's feeding his child.
Full of polo minces, child.
So Dove conclude this with, we are more than pleased to award this whimsical film with strong family elements a Dove seal of family-friendly viewing.
What?
Which is absolute nonsense. For starters, this should be taking it well into +4 territory. It's got fucking magic in it. They don't like the Harry Potters. They should be all over this for its bloody heretic nonsense.
Say, using the movieguide.org system, I've got this as a 0.
Yeah,
it makes sense, right?
Yeah, not good, but
witchcraft, nudity, swearing, alternate dimension bashing.
Yeah, and eating cookies to bastards.
But yeah,
do you reckon in Thingy when Doctor Strange is like, I've looked into 4 million universes, and he gets punched in all of them.
So yeah, thus ends Craig Facts for another week.
Yeah.
I've got a bad back and I'd rather have that than watch this again.
Yeah. 1 out of 10. The Living Nightmare by Realist 6614. November 2010. So just after it came out.
I don't call them realist. Go on.
Why do they keep making these movies? This one didn't even give her one good reason to want to stay in that chaos. Plus, her pleading with that crazy old bat that trapped her there, all she had to do is park the Bratmobile and walk away. I'm 44 now, and I haven't seen one example that would make me consider marriage, and I'm a guy. For women, the nightmare is 100 times worse. What did she say? Not all women need the 2.5 kids, husband, and minivan to complete her. They don't need it, and more importantly, I don't know why they would want it. My nieces will never get princess gear, baby dolls, or home care toys from me. Sports equipment and career training toys like Erector sets.
Like what sets? Are
It's like Meccano.
Okay.
I think Realist 6614 isn't allowed near kids.
No, I was going to say, so instead of...
off him.
You're just being...
No, she took the weigh-ins.
You've gone too far the other way there, sir. You're not giving options. You're just being as draconian in another way.
Yeah, he says like he's trying to come across as forward-thinking. But
Bernard Wright on.
Yeah.
8 out of 10.
Liar.
There was quite a lot of high marks for this, actually.
No.
But I think we may have featured this woman before because her name was highlighted as in I'd already clicked on it previous. So 8 out of 10, A Family Thanksgiving by Joe Blow, the movie critic 20. So there's 19 other Joe Blow, the movie critics beforehand.
Are they all you?
July 2019.
Are these just all burner accounts from you, Joe?
No. No, this person's reviewed loads of stuff. And I haven't got... Because I clicked on it, it went through, and I was like, oh... Eternals. I wanted to know what that was, 8 out of 10. One of the absolute best Thanksgiving films. Now that's not true, is it? That's not. Yeah.
It might be. Still
I mean, we've seen 2, and at least one of them has actually featured some Thanksgiving in it.
I mean,
and this
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Yeah, correct.
Infinitely better than this, and that actually is a Thanksgiving film.
Yes.
Yeah, but that's not Hallmark, Joe.
Fucking Addams Family too.
Not Hallmark.
No, all right.
Of course, that's Thanksgiving film, isn't it? I forgot about that Addams Family values.
And finally,
not Hallmark.
All right, yeah, I know. My point is, there probably are better Hallmark films than this about Thanksgiving. 3 out of 10. Too cliche and extreme, even for Hallmark. By Carry History 14. I'm a big fan of Hallmark movies. They always start with that, don't they? But it turns out they're probably not. But this one was too corny and cliched even for me. The high-powered attorney who finds out how empty her life really is when she's forced to live in an alternate reality with a hubby and kids. Instead of wearing designer shoes and living in a downtown metropolis, she magically finds joy in being a stay-at-home soccer mom that potty trains a child. There was no attempt at balance in the main character's life. In short, it felt like a teenager wrote this script, and the movie was telling viewers that either a person could be unhappy but successful, or blissfully happy being 100% family-oriented. And that is the main problem there, is that there is no middle ground of these things. She was either working all the time and a bitch, or unhappy in her life. Like, she had to settle, she had to, be like, oh, I guess this is my lot in life now. I best learn to appreciate it. And that is what is wrong with this film. Amongst many other things.
Yes.
But that's my main specific beef with it, is that it's black and white. There is no middle ground, which you can live. Many people do.
You've got no arguments from here.
No. In summation, fuck this film. I'm paraphrasing.
Yeah, you're right. In conclusion, that was A Family Thanksgiving. As I said earlier, if you'd like to keep up to date with all things Hallmark Greatness, follow us on Twitter at Hallmark Great, Instagram at Hallmark Greatness, email us at hallmarkgreatness@gmail.com, find us on Facebook. Joe's got a Twitch channel. Have you got anything further to add regarding this shite film?
Always
Mommy?
be the yeeter, don't be the yeetie.
Mommy, I've pooed my pants.
Did you say don't be E.T.?
Yeah.
Don't be
Yeetie. Don't be E.T.
Don't be E.T.
No.
Thank you.
The
Bye.
Lord yeeteth and the Lord yoinketh away.
Beans on crumpets.